So I'm holding this in the silence so that you can feel the energy of it. It's an extension of Tesla's 369. And the structures of 3, 4, 6, and 12. So the principle is this: combine to create. Combine to create. It's kind of like a recipe. a recipe, you combine ingredients in a certain way, in a certain order.
In a certain time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, you could put recode language to it. And in our case, the ingredients are energies. So if you follow the metaphor through, if there's a certain ingredient missing, then it's not quite correct. So you could add like a pinch of salt. That'll change that'll actually change it. Combine to create. Now here's the interesting part. Okay, two of those energy ingredients are masculine energy and feminine energy. But there's always more ingredients than that. There's other energies involved. And that's where creativity comes in. My mom and my grandmother used to do recipes like that. Like a lot of times they'd follow a recipe, but they'd play with it. They'd deviate, sometimes quite radically. And yeah, like my mom used to say, I just made this out of my head. Something brand new like that. So anyway, that's part of my heritage, which is kind of fascinating. So, wow, there's so much more to this. It's kind of, wow. So combine to create, and play with the combinations. Play with the combinations of energy. Okay, now here's a bigger, kind of a wider view of it. We learn how to do this on a personal level. So part of understanding creativity on a personal level is understanding that we ourselves are a combination of masculine and feminine energy. And the balance of that is unique to each of us. Like that combination, the combination of masculine and feminine energy is unique. To each of that. And we create individually, we create personally, internally, from that principle, from that structure. And then the second level of that is creating interpersonally. So a man gets together with a woman and they create a child. So masculine energy and feminine energy combine to create an offspring. But the same thing is true in any kind of partnership or any kind of relational with an other. That's interpersonal. Okay, so we've got singular creation, which is personal. It's one person doing it. We've got interpersonal, which is two people doing it. But the next level is three. So I'm referring back to that extra jolt of everything that we experienced in these sessions, where something was very different when we combined the energy of 3 to create something. And that is transpersonal. So 1 is personal, 2 is interpersonal, 3 is transpersonal. It's kind of like scaling your business. Like that third person sends it into a different dimension, sort of. And I'm fascinated by this because it's Tesla's 369. There's something magical when you tap into the energy of 3, he said. It puts it on a different level. There's something magical about 3, 6, and 9. Transpersonal. Combination of 3. And isn't it interesting, in the creation story in Genesis, you've got 3 creating. You've got a Trinity creating. As if the third is a missing ingredient. That completely changes the scope of your creation. It goes from individual to local to global. Combine to create. There's a new magic in it.
New magic in the Trinity.
Flowing magnetism.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole different energy dynamic.
My word for the day is preserve, preserve.
Serve in advance.
The alone, combined, together, where three or more are gathered. It's part of the whole story, the more complete story. From me, you, and us. They're all over in our, from employee, employer, and customer. As an example.
Yeah. See, why couldn't all three of those combine in a creative process?
That's they can. It's magical when they do. And our world, we call it a transaction. At the core, it's a competing, it's a competition, competitive. the
Yeah,
structure.
there's friction. There's friction in that.
Mhm.
Because they all have different interests.
Yeah.
So what
Well,
happens if you combine those interests?
that's true. Exactly. That's yes and, huh?
Yep.
Well, there's a reason why, people hold on and hide it. Hide the interest, yeah.
Yeah.
It's when it's the most transparent, it works best for everyone. And then whenever we like the working of no, not that, no, that can't work, no, this, no, that, right? It's just adding to that resistance, adding to that friction.
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone is guessing what the situation requires.
Mm. Or comparing it to the old, to the past, to the previous, which is just another guess, which doesn't create anything new, which doesn't allow for anything different. Just forces it to look like the old.
Right. Yeah. It forces that dynamic into an old pattern.
Mhm.
Yeah. 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 An old structure. There's an implied separation component and all of that too.
Mhm. Me, you, them.
Yeah.
Rather than a me, you, us. And so energetically, like removing the resistance, removing the walls. Laying out the possibility, laying the truth, the opportunity, the vision. There it is.
Mm.
Laying the
Yeah.
vision for the choice.
Yeah. Creating space for choice.
Interesting. Mhm.
Good morning. He's friendly, but the dog isn't.
There's the three, right? Two of you, but maybe not three of you. Little resistance in that one, huh?
Yeah. You know, I noticed that too. Like there's such a trend towards solopreneuring right now. And there's such a resistance toward collaborating at all, towards co-creating. It's it's a little unnerving to me.
Yeah, hence it slows things down.
Yeah. It looks like progress, but it's not really.
It's a pattern that either I, you, or both of us have to deal with.
Yeah. Well, it's just that when you've been in survival mode and all of a sudden you get into thrive mode, you think it's progress, but it's still based on scarcity. That you have to amass this personal fortune of some kind. That you have to have way more than you need. And that every coach needs to have a 6-figure business.
It's the same, the thinking that got out of the survival. We think it's the same thinking that'll work through thriving.
Right.
Thriving, the same thing we think works there, we're going to hold on to thinking it creates.
Morning.
They're just structures. Structures that we keep in existence.
Yeah, and this focus on getting clients instead of combining resources. It's just wow. One of the things you learn when you've been entrepreneuring on your own as long as I have is that there's a hell of a lot of stuff that you want to do, but you can't do it by yourself.
Yep.
The things you really, really want to do, you can't do them by yourself. Because they're too big for one.
Yep. Well, and You don't have all the pieces.
Right.
No one does.
And so what you do is you compromise yourself because you need this job, or you need this six-figure business, or you know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of rationale for not reaching out and opening up.
Yes, the expectations, the limitations, creating it. It has to look, be, feel,
Yes.
go this way,
Right.
which is just all from the past.
Right. And everybody out there is telling you the same thing. You know, all the advertisers are telling you the same crap.
Yeah, just getting more of them.
Yeah. Like more money is the answer to all of your.
So it's better.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't deny that. I mean, it takes some pressure off, but again, it's just a coping mechanism.
Yep.
You know, you have a sustaining six-figure business, and you can live off that for a long time. But find me one of them.
None of them are.
Find me one of them that doesn't have fluctuations in that.
Exactly. Everything will. I think everything's got that cycle.
Yeah, that's the entrepreneur thing. You know,
yeah. When you're
not marketing your, you know, in that model, when you're not marketing your business, you know, your income goes down. And that's because you're trying to do everything yourself. You know, even if you have a VA, you're still trying to do everything yourself.
Yeah. That is my whole industry. Everyone just wants to be the hero.
Yeah, well, everyone wants to be the hero.
Wants to do it themselves. The structure of our society. Individual heroes.
Yeah.
Preserving the heroism, the individualism. Ugh.
Right. It doesn't preserve anything, does it?
Mm-hmm. It
maybe,
drains. It drains the whole time.
Maybe an ego.
That's right. A draining ego the whole time. I mean, into the and to suffering, right? Into suffering, right? It all the way in.
Yeah. And we're just covering all that up. I want to create an organism that can sustain itself.
Yes.
Energetically.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with revenue or any of that passion. Stuff. It has everything to do with energy. Yeah, it has a lot to do with passion. Yes.
Yeah. And we get confused where the passion is fighting.
Yes.
Believing that we got to fight for our passion. Well, jeez, that's how taxing, how like it's just pulling energy and pulling it. It's just back oscillation of energy.
That sucks the life out of everything.
Yeah. And then you blow it back up, and then it takes the life out of it, and then blow it back up, and then take the life out of it again.
Yeah.
being on the front of that sucks. Meaning being the leader out in front, right?
Yeah.
I found it interesting. There was a little bit of paradox mindset. Like not many new articles on it, but it looked like 2021. There was quite a bit of buzz around that word on my quick Google search, right?
Yeah.
But one of it was in there is what it is changing it from the but and or to the both and both and. It's like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like,
Combine.
it is, right?
Yep.
Put it together. It's interesting. That's what I've been doing. That's what I did yesterday. It's like a new strategy. It's like combine them.
Yeah.
One taking from one here, like we're reducing one here. It's like, well, you can put it over here now. And boom, boom. Now you just have now you're even better off. So what else am I missing then? What else do I want?
Yeah.
What's
What
my
other
third?
ingredients could be put into this?
What other ingredients?
What other energies would enhance this? Would give it a different flavor?
Mm.
And a different end result.
Mm. Mm. Passions. It's aligning the passions. So mine is technology, industry, and regulation.
Could this be done in a way where there'd be no need for regulation?
Eventually, right? Like, that would be where you get to.
Yeah.
But the hurdle is the regulation is where the fight is.
Well, yeah. Is that your fight?
Oh, it's not mine, but
Is you have something that completely bypasses the need for regulation because it answers everything that the regulation is trying to.
yeah, that's what I mean. It like moves away from, but it's only it's only a piece of it.
Yeah.
I think it's like just as I'm just sharing like what shows up as I was sitting with it and just confirms the strategy in it and and there's my word again. So I was going to say someone's got to put the pressure.
So what happens? What happens if you take strategy out of the equation?
Whose strategy? Mine?
Strategy, period.
Okay. And then what would I? Yeah, that's pretty hard for me to do.
I asked the question.
Hmm. So what rises, the cream that comes to the top on that is the passion, the true passion.
Yeah.
The true motivations.
Yeah, well, it's a very different energy, isn't it?
I'd say where the same is the desire to solve, right? The desire to a solution, an innovation, a path forward, a yes. That for me is what I enjoy.
Is that really what you enjoy?
I mean, that's been the time and time again. That's where it's at. That's where I go.
That's the problem solution structure, right?
Well,
There's a bit of an addiction there. I recognize that in me too, which is why I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, it is like it is the entrepreneur's itch, right?
Yeah. And solve a problem.
That's one perspective to it, but it's no different than leading a change in society. That can be viewed as solving a problem too. The key is the orientation to it.
Yeah.
And
can be a different orientation than different orientation to change, transformation, a different orientation than problem solving.
Yeah.
Which to me is the whole point behind the "you're not broken."
Mm-hmm. It's the sustainable energy is the end result and the passion to get there. That wipes out. There is no problem solving in that.
Right.
Now, the problem solving will always be is when you're out of alignment with that.
Correct.
Combining passions.
Yeah. There's huge power in passion.
Yeah, there is. It'll so much momentum in it.
And momentum and motivation.
Imagine aligning passions.
Yeah,
organizing, gathering
passions.
Gathering passions.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I was just saying that yesterday. It's like our industry is each company's approaching their greenhouse gas on their own.
Yeah. Trying to find their own solution.
Yeah. You know, and there's
That's what we do.
places.
We solve
you know what I mean?
problems.
It's opening up, but I was, you know, I mean, it's opening up because they're opening up and saying, well, I'm going to do this project. You want to participate in it. So, but it's in one technology. Ugh.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's where this is going. Oh boy. You got a business that you put together to solve a problem, not to follow your passion. Oh boy. So that's it. That's your core motivation. That's your core. Yeah. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. I need to fix it. Oh, yeah, if that's your foundation, you're going to keep running into a brick wall. No way around it.
Mhm.
Oh boy. I just realized why my resumes were so ineffective. Because I was a hyper creative trying to market myself as a problem solver. And those two are directly in conflict with each other. So my resume communicated a dilemma. Damn, that's why it was so hard to get work. Oh, that's funny. Oh dear. Oh man, oh man, oh man. You know, it was very different being an entrepreneur, being self-employed like 45 years ago than it is today, I'll tell you. Holy crap. But we're still using the same, it's still floating on the same outmoded stuff. Outmoded structure, outmoded focus. You know, that whole problem solving thing is really, really entrenched.
Yes, it is.
You know, I forget who it was that said this. Find a need and fill it. I don't know if that was in. It was in one of those business development books. I don't know if it's Think and Grow Rich or where it was, but it was find a need and fill it. I forget who said that. That has become over my lifetime, it's become find a problem and solve it, which is why you market towards pain points. Because people have a problem that they want to solve and they will pay you money to solve it for them. Which has become the whole coaching environment too, is based on that. Because you hire someone who's a problem solver and you can't see that you are the one that is the problem solver. The one with the problem is the one who can solve the problem. So it's an internal thing, an internal belief system. Oh man.
The words giving our power away.
Well, yeah. Pay somebody to, you're giving your power away, but you're also paying to have that experience of your power being taken away. Wow, how twisted is that? Talk about sucking the life out of you. Oh man.
And just keep doing it again and again and again.
Right, because nobody can actually solve your problem but you. Everybody's telling you they can. And convincing you that that's the truth. Oh, wow.
Blend. I've always liked that word.
What's that? Blend?
Blend.
Yeah. Combine and blend. Yeah, it's the blending that's the fun part. reminds me of my dad was allergic to eggs, so we had to be pretty careful around our house because he would break out in hives all over his body if he was exposed to eggs. So it was kind of like walking on eggshells. That's another side of the story. But we had this chocolate cake recipe that was an eggless chocolate cake, and I really liked making these chocolate cakes. We called it a wacky cake, and I really liked making these chocolate cakes because the recipe was about you combine a whole bunch of ingredients together, and then you create like three cavities and this was right in the recipe. You create 3 cavities and put different things in each one of the cavities before you mix it all together. And I just love doing that. I just love doing I love putting all the ingredients together and making those cavities and doing that. It was just kind of my thing. So it was about blending these ingredients together and doing it in that particular way. And I just loved that. I probably made a couple hundred of those during my childhood because I just loved that. But when you say blend, that's what triggered that memory for me. It's really cool. Oh, and these cakes were kind of amazing, like because eggs actually they hold the ingredients together in a way, but they also have a lot to do with how much the cake rises and that kind of stuff. And this particular recipe, you could actually watch it baking, and it would rise like double the height of the. It would rise to double the height of the cake when you first put it in the oven. It was quite interesting. But a very unique blending technique. Tasted good too. Sometimes we made 2 of those a week. Combine and blend. Play with the ingredients. Play with the instructions. Play with the structures. Yeah, the more all the participants engage in play, the more exciting the whole creation is. You know, you come to realize you don't have to hold anything back. In fact, it's better if you don't. You know, and that comes with practice too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone invests their wholeness. Well, you need some practice doing that too. Investing wholeness. Yeah, practice being all in. Practice being all in with life. That's the thing that always bothered me about modern medicine. And even more especially things like psychotherapy. Is that providing a coping mechanism is a solution to your symptom or a solution to your problem. Like, what the heck is that? You put a Band-Aid on a broken heart. What is that?
Just a little better.
Yeah.
Or maybe just good enough.
As they said, I forget the guy who goes to the castle with all the women in it, and he says, "Oh, just a little bit of peril." Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Just a little bit of peril.
Well, I mean, that's progress, right? Progress is just good enough and staying in that structure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that makes it not progress.
You can't change what you don't see.
You still got the same thing that you started with.
I know, that's why this is huge when we see the structure. It is it's bigger than the industrial revolutions.
Yeah.
It's opening the human capability, the human knowledge, the human possibilities.
Yeah, you know, it's taken me a while to integrate this whole thing about instead of adjusting something that's there already, to just create something totally new. You know, it's so obvious to me now that that's really the answer. The answer is in the opportunity. Totally new. From scratch. Create using your multi-dimensional faculties. Bring something in that nobody's seen before. Transform the energy that way. Light in. More light. More light. I like that. Good morning, gentlemen. Combine to create. Preserve the energy. Preserve the energy. Morning.
Passion, yeah, today was, for me, was in the core around the true nature and purpose, which combines with passion for me.
Yeah.
passionately purposeful, you know?
Yeah. Sounds like you're got some clarity around your own recipe.
I did, you know?
Yeah. Wow, that's powerful. It's powerful looking at it that way. Yeah. Maximizing your own life energy.
Mhm.
Wow.
Nailed it. And, you know, connect on the human side of it, the emotional side. That is what people say yes to.
Yeah. Maybe that's what other people need to see. Our passion and compassion.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like what is compassion is yes and, or both and.
Yeah. Yeah. Combination. Combination of all those ingredients.
Everybody wants more, so it's yes and more rather than no, here's more. No, my more. No, I want more. No, I want more. It's like Jesus Christ. When you ain't got nothing that's better, when you ain't even got that, why would you say no to it?
Yeah. How to know and more actually coexist in the same sentence.
You know, and oh, that can't be done. Jesus.
Yeah.
That is one that drives me nuts.
It's a good thing Thomas Edison never said that.
Drives me nuts. It was a good thing he didn't say no to that. I mean, that's what when we fight, right? When we're fighting it, that's what we're automatically saying is no to anything different. We're just saying yes to the way that it has been. It is such an orientation to the past. My world, it's 60 years of a technique that's been used and it works really well. It just, we're in a new situation. So this technique works really well at the beginning, but now where we're at, there's a whole new opportunity.
Yes.
And that's what people are saying no to that opportunity.
Yeah.
Because it only works this one way. And so we're going to fight for that one way. And so the paradox is, well, make more oil, less steam. Oh, can't do it. Replace steam. Oh, can't do it. And it's like, no, the rock is already hot. Think of the mechanics. The rock is already hot.
Yeah.
You don't need more.
Yeah. Morning.
Yeah. But not until people start to say, oh, I can replace steam. What would I replace it with? That's the paradox.
Yeah, after you've tried 1,000 times to make a light bulb that works,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? You're gonna kind of be loyal to that one method that works.
Well, right, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, look how they've changed so
Because you
far.
already know that 1,000 don't.
Well, and you fought so hard to, as the beginning, you fought so hard to maintain your position to get to the top. You want to keep it there.
Right, right.
So you stifle, eliminate, don't encourage, get rid of any competitor or competing idea. We call them monopolies.
Which is what happened to between Edison and Nikola Tesla.
Mm-hmm. And it happens.
I found the
everywhere.
way, and there aren't any others. There can't be any others, right?
That's right. So let's not improve it together.
Right, right. Because I invested all this time and money in those 1,000 tries.
Mm-hmm.
So this is mine. I earned it. Goes back to that solopreneurship idea.
Well, and every company thinks they have the smartest and best people on their team. How is that possible?
Yeah, and if you're a solopreneur, that person is you.
That's right. And at large organizations, right, we're the other way around.
Yeah, yeah.
Every one of them think they're the best.
Well, and the last thing you want to hear is that there was a way easier way to do it than the one that you used.
And
you don't want to hear that.
And no, so you don't hear it.
Yeah.
You're not open to it because we've done it this way. That means I would be wrong if there was a new way of doing it. And I'm about ready to retire. I'm at the top. I want to keep it the same.
Right.
I'm going to keep doing what got me here.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm going to reward those that keep doing that because that is what worked for me. Ugh. And everyone in their organization wants innovation, wants creativity, wants something new, wants to improve. Bullshit.
That's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah, that's their mouthpiece. You bet. They probably all want it. They just don't know how to do it.
No, it's probably, yeah, it's probably because that requires letting go.
And, well, first of all, you'd have to get rid of your reward system.
Yeah,
Right? Reward
there's a
failure.
sacred cow.
Reward failure, not success. Oh God, we can't do that. Well, then there you go. You can't create you won't create a creative organism then.
Right, because your climate won't allow it.
That's right. And those that don't adjust are gonna die, whether they know it or not. I mean, Jesus, I talk about the oil industry that the governor is going to mandate that they can't produce past 45. 20, it's like, if that's not death, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
And you think I mean, they put the rules in place the way you've always done it. So you can't fight that. You got to accept the rule and see how to get around it.
Right.
That's the beauty of when someone lays down the rule. You got to look at it and see how can we move in this and around this and blow it apart.
Right.
Not fight it to get it changed back to the way it was. That never happens. That's useless. But that is what we continue to do. The good old days, right?
Yep. Yeah, that whole belief in tried and true.
We want to make sure that it's not a waste of our time. I got an organization, not a waste of our time. And a year later, we still haven't done our work.
Yeah.
Jumping through hoops, doing this, doing that, fuck, the wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
A guy said yes to 10% increase in his overall production a year ago. Their boss said yes a year ago to a 10% increase in production. I can offer him 30% now. And we still haven't done one.
Wow. Yeah.
But that's just the way that it is. No bullshit. That's the way that it was. Right back to that. Well, if we do something different and it's better, then that shows that we were wrong. No, it doesn't. Like, we got to get out of that mindset.
Yeah.
It just shows that there's a better way to do it. Why wouldn't we be open to that? Why wouldn't we encourage new things? Why wouldn't we make it easier to try new things? Or we'll just spend a bunch of money on stupid shit. I don't understand that part of it either.
Yeah. Yeah, because they keep doing that over and over again, don't they?
And say no to actually something that could work. That's a no-braining risk. No, we're not going to do that, but we're going to go do this that is not a good return. Ugh.
Yeah.
15 years ago, yes, it was solar for the oil industry is great. Not today. Because you can only get 40% of your operation underneath of it. Our operation runs 24/7. You need something that can provide power 24/7.
Yeah, that's sustainable.
Oh, I got one that will reduce your fuel 80%. Oh no, you can't do that. The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's proven. Oh, but it's on a small scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but so
In the lab, it was proven. And yeah, so was steam at one point was proven in the lab. You know, it's like,
yeah.
well, it can't be that easy, right? Or like, there's no way that that's possible. It's like, well, what if it is?
Yeah. I think somebody would have just an inkling of the possibility of coming out like a hero. You know?
Well,
Because they
that's
would
why I
be.
had to. That's why I had to
Somebody that
quit
did that
that.
is going to be a friggin' hero.
Yeah, well, whether the guy's got the technology or not, I've been working with him for 10 years. Not quite 10, 5. But he's proven on a small scale, right? But still, there's a lot of them that say, oh, that's we're structuring it in such a way that there's no risk.
Yeah.
Well, and it takes the environment, the incentive, right, that's here now to say yes to something like that. I mean, Jesus, you said yes to solar. Ugh. Which just drives me crazy because it's so during the day, but then at night we need to turn everything else back on.
Yeah.
The most efficient plants in the world right now, natural gas generation, and we're cycling them off and on. That increases your cost so much.
Yeah, because you got to probably have a whole crew to do the turnover, right?
Yeah, turn downs. I mean, and you 4 or 5 hours to warm these babies back up. I mean, these babies are made to run 24/7 for years, not every day. Turn them off and turn them on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
so
but
that's
this technology is the technology. This technology that I'm proposing can do that. Oh no, it can't. All right, you're right. Let's try it. Let's find out and see if who's right. Just a great demonstration of no. And just because they said no in the past doesn't mean they're going to say no in the future.
Yeah. Sounds like we're counteracting the whole age of reason. It's
Yeah, that's a good one that's a good one. Confronting the age of reason, you know.
Yeah.
Breaking through the age of reason. Of
Yeah.
logic.
yeah, yeah. And the power of being comfortable with things not making sense. They don't have to. That's the advantage of having a brain injury. You can't wrap your head around things the way you used to. It's not even an option for me anymore. Can't solve problems the way I used to.
Me either.
And that doesn't matter.
I can't either. Awareness does that.
Yeah, once you know better, it's pretty. It's not an option to go backwards.
And the only thing that is to assume another way would be different.
Yeah. Yeah, just exploring new and different is like, yeah, mean, that's the most fun I've ever had my whole life. So it's like, so perfect. I feel like a teenager again.
Mm. So what did you call the principle, the law?
I was talking about combine to create, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, the masculine and feminine energy combine to create. Is that it?
Yep. That's what I remember it as.
And it's like a third entity is created from that. A third entity being offspring or child or
Moment. Giving and taking the feminine and masculine back and forth, and it's in the way of momentum.
yeah, it's a dynamic.
Flowing versus fighting.
Creation is a self-sustaining dynamic. It's like a continuum that has a beginning but no end. Yeah, creating an organism that has a life force of its own. Life energy would be a better term for it. Transforming energy into life energy. That's what plants do with photosynthesis. They take the energy from the sun and synthesize it into a different form. That sustains it, that sustains the organism. And provides food.
All energy, huh?
Yep.
Sustaining energy.
And it keeps getting recycled and reformed over and over and over again.
Yes, and does that for us.
Yeah.
Yes, and mindset. Yes, and equal. Yes, and genius. Yes, and I don't know. creating space. It's aware of space. Awareness of space, of tension. Aware of the space in between.
Yep.
Aware of flowing, stuck oscillation, back and forth.
You could feel that, couldn't you?
Really liking the yes and. It's like putting that into my yes and. So yes to replacing steam and increasing oil. Yes to lowering carbon intensity and higher profits. Yes, same energy consumption and burning 60% less fuel. First draft, first pass. Disconnected still. Paradoxes. They're the paradoxes. Paradoxes. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for passions, connecting those passions, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Connecting passions. And in many cases, creating them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Pulling them out, right?
Combining them,
Combining them, which one to
creating new ones, new passions.
new passions, yeah. Reinventing, amplifying, expanding.
Expanding. Yeah. 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 And finding the others.
Hmm.
Finding the others to co-create with. To combine with.
No, thank you for creating with me this morning.
Yeah, this has been a really, really fruitful time. Wow. Thank you, Jesse.
Demonstrating new ways it could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exploring, trying on. And people might say, oh, without even using words.
Yeah.
Yes, because it doesn't look like what they're used to.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it should.
Or like as expected.
As expected. And that goes for us too.
Yeah.
For me anyway. Then people will ask, well, how do you know it works? And we don't.
It doesn't matter whether it works.
That's right.
That's not even an issue.
Mm.
That's why I make it a point to acknowledge the fruitfulness and acknowledge
Yep.
the value.
Yep. Because it is what we create anyway. So just that question in itself is giving the power away.
Yeah. Because it's really about the energy of it.
Mm.
You know, a lot of energy was transformed
Mm.
in this environment today.
Mm.
In some very powerful ways. that's a form of manifestation that isn't very often acknowledged.
That's right. You can't see it.
Tangible results.
Yeah. Where if we were, quote, brainstorming, that's what we would see.
Yeah.
Which was what we were doing. Energy brainstorming. Energy storming. We were energy storming.
Heart storming.
Heart storming. Heart storming. Passion storming.
Yeah.
Yes, storming.
Yeah. Giving our passions space to interact with each other. Passion interactive.
Spacing passion. Passion spacing. Passion pacing. Pacing passion.
Wow, that sounds like a retreat experience.
Which one?
Passions interactive. Just a bunch of magicians getting together and letting their passions interact with each other.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's powerful. That could be downright earth-shattering.
I can't remember one of the books I read. They would do that and groups of people, and then they would allow them just to speak what was on their mind, on their heart, right? And as little words as possible. There was more silence than talking. It was just a practice of what came to you, speak it. And I think that's the beauty of when we limit it to just a couple of words, to a phrase, to one word.
Yeah.
Otherwise we ramble.
Yeah. Just let it bloom.
Yep. It's the focus. The focus is give it one word.
Simplicity.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, this is very comparable to Napoleon's Hill idea of the mastermind.
Mhm.
It's the same kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. What was the structure for that? Do you recall?
No, not exactly, but I know Napoleon Hill got together with Dale Carnegie for sure, and Henry Ford, and I think one of the Rockefellers, and they used to go like on to a lake property or something like that. Just get together for weekends.
Bigwigs do that now.
Around. Yeah, well, bigwigs do it now, but
They still do it.
yeah. The problem is now everybody's using that term mastermind, and none of them are like what it was originally envisioned as. In fact, what we do here every morning is a lot more of a mastermind than anything else that anybody else is doing. What it's become now is like you spend $100,000 a pop. You go to each other's masterminds and you can write it off as a business expense because you're doing it to grow your business, right? So it's just a way to, it's just become a way to, where snooty people can hide money.
Rub shoulders with someone.
Well, exactly, because they turn around because person A hosts it this week and gets paid $1 million to do it, and next week person B does it, and they get paid $1 million to do it. So they're taking that same money and just recycling it back and forth, and it shows up as an expense. So you keep doing it over and over and over again.
And some poor sucker ends up with nothing.
Well, yeah, if they decide that they want to be in that elite group and not actually host one. So
Which is how most of them work anyway.
Yep. Yeah, it's all part of the Brendan Burchard millionaire messenger model. Pretty much everybody out there is using that model these days, and it's a very dark energy oppressive model. Everybody's using it because they can't see that part of it.
What's his name?
Brendan Burchard, Burchard. He was the one that first suggested that you should be that anybody doing coaching or speaking should be a 6-figure business, 7-figure business actually. And it includes all the rationale that is right. That's correct. It's become a community of overindulgence. Like certain people have far too much money. Or instead of saying it that way, I should say they have way more money than they need. Or obscenely more than enough.
Yeah.
But they still don't have an attitude of sharing. Like they'll rationalize that away too by offering, offering $10 courses or whatever.
Mhm. No, man, nobody wants a free one.
Well, yeah, because there's this whole doctrine in the background of that says that if you don't pay money for it, you don't have any investment in it, and you won't necessarily follow through. But there's a lot of reasons besides that people don't follow through.
Yeah, even
It's
paying,
considered
they
to be
don't
the
follow
only
through.
reason that people don't follow through is because they don't pay any money for it.
Yeah.
It's total bull crap. Anyway.
Mm. Well, Greg, thank you for this morning. Great
Yeah,
creating
thank
with
you too.
you. Great creating with you.
Yeah, it is great creating with you too.
Mhm.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh.
Passion, yes ands.
Yeah, a lot of yes ands, a lot of combining,
Combining, yeah,
ingredients.
creating, yeah, expanding, flowing,
preserving.
preserving,
I'd like to explore
preserving.
that word some more. Actually, we can do that another day. Preserve.
Preserve, preserve.
Serving first. That's part of the Trinity model. There's an interactivity that happens. There's a dynamic around receiving and serving, receiving and serving, receiving and serving.
Mhm.
And that's what makes it self-sustaining.
Hmm.
Is that you leverage each other's genius, you leverage each other's energy, and you combine it, you keep the combining happening. It's a combining dynamic, self-sustainable. There's a trust element to it too.
Mhm.
There's a mutual agreement that everyone will keep the energy in motion, will continue the free flow. That's why it's self-sustaining. It's built
Yeah.
on that principle of of trusting each other and loyalty to each other and to the structure and to the flow. Yeah, it's very interesting. Power of three.
3 points.
Yep. Thank you, Nikola Tesla.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg. Talk again soon.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
All right. Let you go. Big love.
Okay. Try not to get possessive now.
Mm.
I'm speaking to myself.
Mhm.
Yeah, big love, Jesse.
All right.